I thought I'd share with you this little baby blanket that I've made for my future granddaughter. And basically what it is, I've got a felting machine and I've just sat and played. And I just cut this fleecy blanket up and had a play and stuck these embellishments on. So if you'd like to join me, I'll give you a demonstration on how I did it. What I can say, these felting machines are so good. I love them. I mean, you can see how many machines that I've got in my collection, and I can honestly say the felting machine is one of my most enjoyable pastimes. Anyway, enough rabbling. See you in a bit. Okay, so the boring bits. Basically, what I used was these blankets here. You get two. I got the cream one and this red one for, as you can see, the price of $3.99. Now I just cut it in half, so it's quite good value. Basically all I did was I cut the blanket stitch off that there, just to make it a little bit more even. So that's my blank canvas, my blank blanket. And also what embellishes lovely is this organza. It is gorgeous, it really does. It's just so beautiful when you see it shrivel up in front of your eyes. I only paid £1 for half a metre from Dunelm. So get yourself off down there. And basically a selection of felt and ribbon. And that's my embellisher there, my felting machine. So what I'll do is I'll put this lot away, or not away, to one side, and get cracking. Okay then. Hi. Well, at the moment all I've got is this blank canvas, so I really don't know what I'm going to be doing with it, and that's the best thing about doing this project. You just start with a blank canvas and then you just play. I've cut embellishments up and some organza, and I've got piles of ribbon sort of like lying around for me to play with, and I've also got a piece of netting here. Now that helps keep things in place when you want to layer them. So I'll just get my glasses and then I'll be able to see what we're going to do. Right, so basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just hem this. Well, not hem it, I just realised you couldn't really see much because my arm was in the way. So I thought I'd just give you a quick shot of it here. Like I say, it's just so easy to do, and not forgetting, just so enjoyable. I mean, out of all my craft machines, this is one of the most enjoyable because it's just so easy. It's just so easy and therapeutic. So I'll crack on fasten this on. I'll just give you a quick look on the back, and it looks just as pretty. It's this, I think it's this light that's casting a dark shadow on things. So there you go. I'll show you that, and that's the reverse. That's the reverse of it. Anyway, join me later, and I'll start embellishing it. Hi, so what I've done so far is I've put this flower on, just embellished it with, it's the felt bit, and I just wanted to leave it some dimension, so I'm not going to felt it all. And so what I thought about I'd do now, like I say, I've got no plan for what I'm doing here, it's just basic creativity here, and it's as we go. So what I thought I'd like to do is add this butterfly here. Now because it's like 2 layers, well it's going to be 3 layers when I've finished putting that bit on there, to try and keep it together it's a little bit difficult. So I'm going to put some of this organza here and stick that on with it, and it should keep it. Well, I've put the heart on, so it's like I'm just concentrating on the corner of it. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how this organza, I don't even think you can see it, reacts to it. So what I'm going to do, so it's getting a very busy time in my household towards tea time. So I'm going to stick that about there and try and get it central and just loop it round and round. And basically that's how it reacts. So what I do is I just put a little disc in the middle like that and stitch that on. So I'll concentrate on doing the corners, and then what I'm going to do next, I think I'm just going to put some ribbon just to give it a bit of an edge around there. So join me later and I'll show you how this blanket turns out. Okay then, bye. Well, here's my blanket laid out. It isn't quite finished yet, as I've got to embellish it. I've got to put it in the machine, and I can't do that at the moment because I've broke 2 needles. But what I have been using is this hand embellisher here, just to tack my letters and butterflies and flowers on. And actually that has really come in handy to use. I mean, I've had this ages, and yeah, so all I've basically done is use this and just tacked it in, and it's quite good because then you can actually see directly where you're placing everything. So that is a really good tip to have, actually. You know, to place all your embellishments down and hand felt them. What I am going to do in the meantime, waiting for my needles to come. See, the problem with my machine here is it comes with this needle fitment that has 5 needles and 2 of them are broken. And when I try and use it, you just get this blunt looking mess, to be quite honest. So I'm going to try and cut away 2 of these needles. Now, I don't know whether you know that I'm actually waiting for a replacement attachment here, so that I can actually change my individual needles. But if you have the attachment where you can change your individual needles, then you can actually cut down these ordinary felting needles here. So you just cut them to size and fit them in, and they're a lot cheaper to buy if you go into look for Reborn, because they use them for rooting the hairs. Yeah, hand felting needles are a lot more cheaper to buy than the machine needles. You will need a good strong pair of cutters, but it can be done. Okay then, so I'm going to try that and see how we go. Okay then, join me in a bit. Right, so what I've actually done, if you've noticed, I've cut away 2 of these, well, I actually broke 3 of these needles. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to see how we go with just using the 2. So we'll switch on and we may be back in action. So guard down and needle down. I think the reason why I'm breaking so many needles is because there's too much bounce. Hang on 1 second, I'm going to have to answer this. Sorry about that again. Right, what I have noticed, I've just done a bit. The red is really nicely blending into that the blue there, and it's looking quite good. So needle down and we'll start again. So just blending it all in. So it just goes to show you can still use your needles, sorry, your embellisher, without all your needles. So what I'll do is I'll continue doing this, and I'll just show you the end result now. Okay then, join me in a bit. I'm just going to show you the difference, a bit of organza, just put across this will just create a different kind of effect altogether. So just bear with me, I'll put my iPad down again and I'll show you. When you're doing this, hold the organza quite tight rather than let it go and curl up. So here it goes. So if you hold it tight, it just gives it a nice effect. Bearing in mind, this is just done with 2 needles. A nice shiny look. So, like a butterfly, you could leave that, which I'm going to do. I'm just going to attach some of this to a butterfly, leave the wings, especially on the side ones, but this one I'm just going to trim off. Okay now, so that's the effect. It gives it a nice sparkly effect, so quite enjoyed doing that. And I'll just show you how. I don't know if I can't remember at the beginning of the video because I've done this in stages, how just to do a flower. Right, so place your organza where you want it and we'll switch on. Foot pedal here and start in the middle and then work around and let go as you're doing it, let go and then move it around. And then you've got a pretty flower. I think I showed you that at the beginning, but I thought I'd show it you again. I'll just show you the whole quilt now because I think I've finished. Hi, I just thought I'd show you the difference of when you felted, that it actually becomes a part of the fabric that you're actually felting to. So I thought I'd show you that and just tell you again just how much enjoyable this little pastime is. You can't believe how satisfying it is just to sit here punching holes because there's no sewing at all involved in this. So like I said, I'll show you again the finished blanket. Okay, here it is. Like I say, it's been really enjoyable doing this, and I wanted it to be quite, tactile. So if there's plenty pulling going on, which I hope there will be, it won't come off because it is adhered to the back of the fabric. It's almost taken shape to the back of the fabric, so even if you want to pull on this, it's all nicely stuck on. So I hope you've found this little video informative, and it doesn't just have to be baby blankets. You could make cushion covers, handbags, anything. So the sky's the limit. Okay then, thanks for joining me then. Bye for now.